Today, we're trying Blake Lively's Betty Booze. While the name might not indicate that this has anything to do with prolific actress Blake Lively, it's actually named after her daughter, Betty. The lineup initially just included these three right here, which is a sparkling bourbon with apple and sour cherry notes, a sparkling tequila with an oak smoked lemonade, and another sparkling tequila, this one with lime and shiso. However, in recent weeks, they've added these two cocktails as well. First up, we have the sparkling bourbon with apple, ginger, and sour cherry notes. Let's crack it open and see how it tastes. On the nose, there's lots of ginger going on. It smells really nice and refreshing. There's definitely a lot of ginger going on there, which I personally love. I think ginger is one of the best flavors you can get in a cocktail. There's not as much bourbon going on here, so if you are a big bourbon lover, this cocktail is probably not gonna be for you. But for people who wanna kind of dabble in a whiskey cocktail, this is so great. The apple note really comes in on the back palate right after you take that swallow. And the tart cherry juice does a really, really nice job of kind of bringing the whole thing together. One flavor doesn't really run away in front of the others, which is really appreciated. It stays really nicely balanced. The carbonation isn't out of control, which I think can be really tough in some cocktails, especially when they're in a canned format. It tastes like a really great end of summer, like late September, early October drink, right when you're transitioning from those hot summer tropical fruity drinks to some of the more fall flavors like apple and cherry. Up next, we have the sparkling tequila with oak smoked lemonade. This one I'm super, super excited to try, especially today here in New York. It's a really nice day outside, the sun is shining, and I think this is gonna give me that sunshine in a sip. Fun color, looks like actual lemonade pouring out of here. My mom used to make these lemon bars when I was growing up. It smells just like those. On the nose, it smells very sweet. There's a lot of vanilla happening here. Tastes very sweet too. There is a lot of vanilla going on here. It's a little bit too rich for me in terms of how I would prefer kind of my lemonades to taste, and you can't really pick up on too much of the tequila notes. The agave notes kind of come out a little bit more as you kind of get more acquainted to it on your palate. The fizz dies a little bit when there's ice in your glass, so if you do like something that's a little bit more carbonated, toss these in a cooler, keep them in your fridge, and then just drink it straight out of the can. I think that'll give you a little bit more carbonation if you're looking for something bubbly. Again, sweet drinks are your thing. This is gonna be your glass. Up third today, we have another sparkling tequila, this time with lime and shiso, which is kind of a tough word to say. Already I can smell that minty shiso leaf. Looks so refreshing. You can smell a lot of tequila coming off on this one, which mingles really well with the shiso, and it tastes like it too. The lime and the shiso, just like how you would kind of expect lime and mint to taste in a mojito, dance really, really well here together. And combined with the tequila, it's just phenomenal. This is my favorite in the lineup so far. It's refreshing. The lime does kind of carry over the shiso a little bit more. Again, remember shiso is not as strong as mint is, so the undercurrent of the flavor is gonna be a lot more present in this cocktail than maybe mint would. It does really, really complement the lime here going on. Lime can be really tangy, especially in canned cocktails. I don't know if you've ever had one before where it just overwhelms the senses and can kind of taste a little tinny. None of that is going on here. It's really well balanced. The shiso is very well integrated with that lime juice to prevent it from getting overly acidic and overly tart on the palate. And with the tequila in there, it's really wonderful. Enjoy this one in late June, early July, and you'll be set. Next up, we have the first cocktail in the new lineup of the Betty Booze cocktails. This one is a sparkling bourbon with oak smoked lemonade. We have a similar color going on here as the tequila. That same vanilla sweetness is coming across with the bourbon. So this one still has that vanilla sweetness. I don't want to say oak flavoring because that's obvious, but it really does have some of that whiskey oakness that you can really taste coming across. I think the tequila tasted a little bit more neutral, spirit-wise. Sweetness-wise, it is like a dessert cocktail. If that's your jam, this is going to be your jam. If not, you might want to pivot to another one in the lineup, like the tequila with lime and shiso. It's a little bit more refreshing. Again, this is probably a great seasonal transition drink, something really to enjoy late September, early October, when you're just not really ready to give up those last days of summer, but still want to embrace some of the fall flavors. For the fifth and final expression in the Betty Booze lineup, we're going to be trying the new sparkling tequila with a smoky pineapple. Fun color. We have a rich gold coming out of this can. And it smells delicious too. It's good. verges a little again on the sweeter side, but this is nowhere near as sweet as the other lemonade cocktails in the lineup. This one is really, really nicely integrated. Some of that smoke kind of plays and to tamper down the acidity in the pineapple juice. The pineapple juice tastes like it's not really overpowering anything. I'll admit, when I'm out at a dive bar, my favorite cocktail to order is a tequila soda and a splash of pineapple juice. So this is really akin to what I enjoy drinking when it's freshly made, maybe in a plastic cup with lots of ice for me. So you have a vegetal cocktail that really has some of that sweet-like pineapple juice in it instead of super tangy, dull-like pineapple extract, if you will. It smells sweet, tastes kind of sweet, but again, it's very well integrated and it looks like sunshine and tastes a little bit like it too. From the 5 we just tried, the tequila with lime and shiso is by far my favorite. From sweet dessert-like cocktails to some that are more light and refreshing like the one sitting right in front of me, it really does appear as if the Betty Boo's lineup has it all. If you like them sweet or you like them dry and refreshing, there's sure to be one that you'll enjoy from Betty Boo's. We'll catch you next time on Time to Taste. Cheers.